All right, guys and ladies, I want to welcome everyone to DefiDojo with an update with Chris from Astrodrift, co-sponsored with Just in Time for Crypto. Chris, welcome back. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Good, good. I know you have a lot of new things coming and a lot of updates, so I'm just going to go ahead and if you want to do a quick recap for anyone that is new, so they
Yes.
kind of learn a little bit about what you are doing, and then we'll dive right into it.
Yeah, I can do that. So I would try to do that in a fairly quick manner. Let me try to check it. So basically, it all starts with miners. So there is a asteroid mining colony out in the belt, and they are fighting for their life. I mean, fighting for their life, not literally, maybe they do, but they have very low living standards. So it's quite a hard life. And it's all tied into or inspired by like how you say, the the gold rush in the American West. So people went to earn gold, or they were promised they would probably find gold out in the West. So they took their belongings and went there, but the reality of the situation was often quite different. So in Astrodrift, in our universe, it's not that different from the situation in the West, because they were kind of promised they would find riches there, have a good living, but when they went there into the mining colony, they realized there is not much to earn, and they're basically like contract laborers, like corporate contract slaves. I didn't know what we used last time for a term. I was struggling with that the last time as well. I remember,
Uh,
but I think you're getting
it's
the
all good.
point. Yeah. So basically, that's the setting, and it all feels and looks like it was born in the 80s or the late 90s. So it has this retro futurism feel to it, which should invoke like nostalgia and have you like enjoy the characters as they are. So they are not overly technical. All the gear they have looks used and worn in, and also is high tech, but in an understanding from past understanding. So like it's all the gear they have is quite bulky, and it looks quite technological advanced, and doesn't fit really well.
Like they were limited
So
on what they had, the use
yeah, it
of
looks quite
limited.
advanced, but it is looks kind of all at the same time as well. So that's basically the visual tone we were going for as well.
All right, perfect. Well, let's go ahead and let's cut into the excitement of everything new that you have going on.
So we've been working hard for the mint date, which has started today officially. So today we have like the ambassadors mint, which are the people who sign up to become like the the ambassadors for Astrodrift. So they get like a free mint for them. And tomorrow we start with whitelisters. We hope you have whitelisted already, because that's now closed. You cannot whitelist anymore. So if you have not whitelisted, you should probably check out our public mint. So that was kind of a feedback which was putting me off. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I got a
Um,
phone call. I apologize about that.
see, don't and yeah, it's fine. Thank you. Now that's my train of
No,
thought. So I think
I'm sorry about
it's
that, Chris.
best when
I know you're talking about.
it's probably best if I show you the Mint page, for example, or the website as well.
Yeah.
So we have made new visuals for the Mint as well to get people excited for what's coming. And we also had problems about us being found on OpenSea. So we made sure that there is official links on the website as well. If you're unsure where to find it, you'll find it either through our official channels like Telegram or X, or even our website as well. So make sure you have the right URL, because there have been impersonators to impersonate our project and trying to get people to buy fake NFTs, which are not the real thing. So be aware of that. So
No, that's very smart. Good thinking, Chris. Keep going.
thank you. So we do have like the main page here. Let's try to reload that. There you can see that it's minting now, and you can see all the details like the collection size and also a part of the stories in here as well, that you have an understanding what this is about. And we have like the ambassador access mint going on at the moment. If you are an ambassador for Astrodrift, you can now connect your wallet and get free mint. And then tomorrow at 5 a.m. my time, what's at 2 hours behind, it will be 7 UTC, I guess. And I don't know what that is in Florida time, I think. That's another 5 hours?
I do believe it's 4 or 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then in the evening my time, we do have like the public mint phase, which you can join then if you missed both of those stages. And you can also see some more information compressed, a few of the avatars, how they look, how they feel. And you can see from what I've told you before, like the gear they wear, this all very used and it's not new. Nothing is new. They tend to reuse stuff they already have. So like it's like a makeshift community. They have to make do what they have, because in outer space it's quite hard to get new resources. So they usually do quite make a lot of it. How do you say that again? What was the saying? They make a lot with less. Say
Make do with what they have or what
yeah,
they
that
can
was what I
find.
was looking for. Make do with what they have. Yeah, right.
And sometimes have to be creative on what they use and how they implement what resources they currently do have. I do
Yeah,
have one question before we go any further, Chris. For the
yeah, sure.
ambassadors that can do the free mint, if I remember correctly, you sent an email when they signed up, so they would have that access page to make sure they go to the correct page. Is that correct?
Yes, we from the people we do have emails. They should all have received an email. But if not, please look our official X that you can verify that you have the right URL. But I can also, I think someone from the team is also in the chat. He probably can share it as well. Yeah, or I share it later at the end of the call. So
Okay, yeah,
I
that'd be
can
perfect. I
just
just,
copy it now. I think that will also
yeah,
work.
if you want, I just wanted, make sure we're always looking out for people's safety and everything, and
Yeah,
making sure
make
they go
sure
to
you
the
have
right
the right
place. And
address.
exactly.
It doesn't come up with a thumbnail. Huh. Yeah. I just shared it in the chat, but it doesn't look like much, I guess. Yeah. Maybe you can reshare it later, then it works.
Yeah, we definitely will. Now it pulls up fine in OpenSea. I just checked it, so were really good there. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to make sure that the ambassadors
Oh, now it
knew where
comes.
to go in the right place. So, yep,
Somebody
there it
made it
goes.
work. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, JB. All right, go
So
ahead, Chris.
then,
Sorry about that.
oh, good. I'm also interested that you find the right page, so it's in my interest as well. So then we made like a new trailer which shows where we want to go and what it should feel like, and it's to show how we see the world of Astrodrift, and we want to get people excited about it. So that's basically it. How does it work if I put on sound? It probably doesn't do well then. Huh? Let me try to play it once, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's basically it. Let me pause and I'll just let it run without audio. So then it's more on the next section is like an overview of the project itself, so you can have a better understanding what it is about, what we want to do, and have a look for yourself after the AMA, so you can explore it a bit more. There's like 5 different sections, and there's more information on the website as well, which is also linked up here as well. You find the official Twitter and the official website. You can always verify a project like that. But sometimes they even, just be careful. So then as I think I elaborated last time a bit, we're doing like our own story as well. So we released the first chapter of the story of Kira the mechanic, which struggles with neurodiverse inspired themes in her life. So she is like really gifted when she sees a robot, for example, or gets close to a robot, she can kind of feel what's wrong with it before the robot itself knows about it, maybe. And in that way, she is a really skilled mechanic because she can fix stuff before anyone else notices, so it doesn't get broken too fast. But she's also usually paying a price for that. The more energy she puts into something, she pays for it with like different how you say that?
Kind of like losing a piece of herself because she's putting so much effort into it, or
yeah, don't find the right words for it. It's like, yeah, not losing a piece per se, more like paying a price afterwards. She if she uses those kind of skills, it comes not free. In storytelling, we say them. It's like a system where if you have something, you also need to give something that is in balance in the end. So
right. So in a sense, it would take a piece of her every time she does
yeah,
something.
in a sense, yeah, in an abstract kind of way.
Like the first law of alchemy, you must give before you can take, type of deal?
Probably, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. So that's kind of the premise. If she uses her force, if you will call it that, she has to pay a price later. Maybe she gets like irritated. So that's what I was trying to say. So for example, if there are lights on, suddenly she has like loses energy, and the lights are really blinding to her, for example. And that is just like to give people a feel how it feels to be in a neurodiverse body. So if somebody is on the spectrum, they usually don't do too well with a lot of outside influence. And if that is too much for somebody, it can get to a point where it is overwhelming. So I have experienced that myself. I have been late diagnosed on the autism spectrum and also have ADHD. So I am always interested into new stuff, but I also like my structure. So it's kind of a battle between in my mind. So I need to either lose interest or need to focus, but both is present at the same time, which sounds weird, but it's basically the premise of the story is trying to tell people how a neurodiversity feels like without being too much into your face. Yeah.
Right, trying to find the right balance in a sense.
Yes. Yeah. And having like a foot in the door without being like, you now have to listen. It's more like an immersive story where you can feel it for yourself, even though you might be not experience that kind of stuff that much. But I would say the concept of neurodiversity goes in a direction where the concept is like every mind is different. So there is a lot of spectrum in either side. So I hope that makes sense somehow.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Keep going. You're rocking it out, Chris.
Thank you. So, and to make the universe even more interesting, that is at the starting point, there are 4 different factions which are represented with the NFTs themselves. So each faction has their own strength, their own strength and history. So we have the Asteroid miners, which, as you probably already can guess, are the biggest faction in the whole system. And then we have the Orion X Corp, the Darkstar Outlaws, which are kind of the mercs, the pirates, and the smugglers of the Outer Belt. And then we have the Astrodrifters, which are the rebels of the system. So they do kind of act as the rebels in the universe we have built. And there is already a 5th section modeled, which probably will be released with season 2 as well. So for people who are not familiar with the project, the Astrodrift is built up onto a season-based system. So rather than just releasing it all at once, we want to build up the system, develop the universe, and each and everyone is invited to contribute themselves so we can build up the universe even more.
That's awesome and a smart plan not to overwhelm everyone in the beginning. So no,
otherwise you need to learn so much. Sorry, I was cutting you off.
no, you're good. I'm just for me, being a host, you're supposed to be biased, but I'm so excited for what you're doing and the knowledge that you're giving to people and putting it in this theme. So I'll try not to interrupt you anymore and continue.
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you ask question, it gives a different perspective of stuff I didn't think about. Yeah, or maybe would otherwise forget. So I like it if you do that.
Okay.
So we already touched on that, but that's how Kira kind of looks. She has different looks, but that's her look we developed, and we can use that to create 3D models of that basis later on. And since tools are developing so fast, they get better each time we look at them. And the end game, if you will call it that, no pun intended, is to create a video game at some point. So the first iteration I didn't even talk about that, but people who join the last call, they know that each character has their own role-play mechanic, and the neurodiversity aspect of it is one of the traits. We call it Neurodivergent, so we didn't want to have a carbon copy. as well as make it interesting and also not having too much real world influence, so it can be a bit magical as well. So you have like this balance of real world inspiration and teaching people about neurodiversity with still being fun and immersive, and just also in writing it's called the rule of cool. You can always put in something that it might not make so much sense, but if it's cool enough, people kind of accept it, and it's your buy-in into something. And usually you can have a few of those buy-ins in a story, which doesn't make too much sense if you look too close to it, but it's so fun to have it in a universe or system of a story that people usually accept those kinds of buy-ins. So that's the system we are going for, to have those magical powers inside the universe, so the adventure the characters take make even more fun that way.
Yeah, I love the way you've put this together so far.
Thanks. So we have different people with different skill sets, like the characters in our system, and here can you see the characters in high-res as well. So each of them has a different focus, and they are on a different level involved in the project. But I'm the artist and creator behind it. We have, different people that do support us in different ways and are part of the crew. And now we have like the ambassador program behind us, which they are helping as well to promote the project. So if for people who not already know, the characters themselves are created with AI. That doesn't mean they are run of the mill, like you have like a set of rules assigned to them and then just have a computer running overnight and then you have like 1,000 different characters. That would have been great, because that wouldn't have taken us so long to get to this point. So we made it the really slow way. We curated each character on a string and set of rules, which we set ourselves. And then we analyzed the characters for the traits that are present. And even the traits themselves are part of the world building. So we try to have that as immersive as possible as well.
Nice. So it like each, character has its own unique function and ability that just helps out the whole storyline, correct?
Yeah, they do have like a separate rank. So there's a skill system. I'm not sure there is an image on the website, but I do have it on here somewhere. I think it's on this slide here. Maybe we can zoom in a bit. That's not the right zoom. There it is. Usually set does it. Doesn't work as I want it to work.
I think it's working fine, Chris. You're doing an amazing job.
I'm looking for the hand where it can push things aside so that it's in the center, but never mind. I think it works like that as well. So as you can tell, each character is like an overall level, and each character also has like an identity number, which will be revealed after the mint. And there is a set of skills like strength, skill, endurance, agility, wisdom, and also the one I touched up on earlier, like the Neurodrift. In that way, there's a lot of different values but it's not that complex, so you don't need to know that much about RPG logic. So it's basically quite self-explanatory, so you can have fun without being too overwhelming. So that's what's the goal we were aiming for. And the first iteration of that is a physical card game, so we can prove out that it is playable in a form where we also have our skill sets that I'm as a designer and artist can build out that fairly quickly after we launched season 1, so we can have a product that is elevatable. I struggle about that word.
No,
So
you're fine. So,
yeah,
products that are available and everything. One
yeah.
thing before we get too far into Chris, I know you said earlier that the minting goes live tomorrow. What is the price for the mints for those that are listening right
So
now that'll listen to the recording?
I think it should be on the page itself as well. Well, I can check with you together.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure you have it all listed on the page, but
There it is.
I'm sure
It will
I'm
be
sure you know
0.
people that don't look at the price and would rather hear it. So
Yeah, the mint price for the public stage will be 0.15 ETH for each
okay.
character.
Oh, nice. All right, continue. Sorry to mess or slow you down there, Chris.
So the collection with 1,000 characters is big, but not too big. So, but since it's the Genesis season, it might be a bit higher than we wanted it to be, but it's the price we are working with at the moment. But we're hoping in season 2, when we expand the project, we can have a price that is even more attractive. Yeah.
No, makes complete sense. You got to get the groundwork laid out, and for those of you that that have been following the project and like what you have to offer, it's really a good ground floor price to get in on. So,
But
continue, my friend.
as a counterweight, we did offer some ambassador access for free. So there was the possibility to get in if you support us even for free. So I think it's a fair mix for both parties. Yeah. So that's basically the mint page. I think there's a few sections here which we can touch on. There's the trading card game as well. You can see different cards. It's a bit small here. And then there is the not yet released Avatar Collection Viewer, which we release soon after the mint, where you can explore the full range of traits for each character, because OpenSea has different limitations around traits, and we want to have the collection as easy searchable as we can. And also our characters are quite complex, so they don't fit too well into the current system that OpenSea offers. And also the RPG logic will also be visible on our custom collection viewer on our website, and ambassador and whitelisters get an early version of that, so they can beta test it and see if there is any problems with it. And we use that system as well for our own purposes to see the collection offline and check everything to if the traits match the characters as well. And then we have a teaser for season 2 as well, which we intend to build an abstract chain, which is a layer 2 system on Ethereum.
Nice. Oh, that sounds amazing.
So I think that's pretty much the whole page, but please go and have a look for yourself, especially tomorrow at your time wherever you're located, and we will be glad to have you on board with us with our small project, which is just starting out. Yeah.
Nice.
So
And if they have any questions, they can also go into your TG group and ask you there, right?
yes, yeah. Our community manager is very often present and can answer questions fairly quickly. Yeah, and sometimes if I'm not preoccupied, I'm answer some of the questions myself as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, JB just dropped all your guys' info in the chat. So if you guys are on
Oh,
right
thank
now and you
you.
have more
That's very
questions,
kind.
um,
Yeah.
you guys can go there and ask your questions away, all that wonder stuff. Chris, again, I want to thank you for coming out. I know it's late for you tonight. Is there anything you'd like to recap on, or anything that you'd like to tell everyone listening right now or to the recording?
Yeah, as you probably can tell from the main page itself, we took a lot of care to create it. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know. And we worked for almost 2 years on it, and we're very proud of the project. And this is just the starting point of a universe that could become quite large if enough people start believing in it. But we believe a lot in it, and we really enjoy working on it and develop the story into a more granular detail and build it out with different artists and collaborations as well. Today I even talked with a game designer about the possibility about working together. So things are coming along, and yeah, I'm really excited
That,
for
that
it.
that's great. Have you just taken a step back from like 2 years ago when you started and just kind of reflected on where you are now? Um, does it impress you with the progress that you guys have made?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed. I mean, when I started alone at the beginning, I was like, this gonna. I expected it to take like 3 or 4 months, and I think it's a blessing is in disguise if you don't know what you don't know. So because if I would have known it would take me this much to get to this point, I'm not sure I would start the journey again. But that sounds kind of negative, but that's not what I was trying to say. I was just,
Well, I kind of get where you're coming from in a sense
yeah,
where, when you take on something, you're like, okay, you think in your mind, I can have it done in this time. And,
yeah,
it takes a little bit longer. And if you look back at that, you'd be like, you get that overwhelmed feeling like,
yeah.
I don't know if I can
It's
handle
just
this,
one
but
step at a time. Yes.
right, exactly. I just go back
So
from
did
when we had our first AMA with you to everything that you've accomplished so far in a short amount of time. And I'm really impressed with you guys and how you execute everything. I mean, the attention to detail, just all the little things in the right place adding up. And um, my words to you, just from following your project, keep doing what you're doing. I
Thank
really
you.
love the vision and where it's going.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
So
Is there anything else that you'd like to cover quick or?
yeah, maybe to end it on a positive note, if you have something you believe in, just take one step after the other. Otherwise, like you said before, it's overwhelming and you don't need to think about step 123 if you're just on step 7, for example. It's a fairly lame analogy, but that's I want to encourage people to build their own stuff as well, because I'm a creator and I love creating. And for me, however wherever we land with this, and I believe we can do a lot, I am satisfied and I love working on it. So I want to build it out as far as I can bring it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. And I don't want you to think, I'm trying to cut this short or anything. I just know it's late for you, and I know you have a lot going on with the Mint coming live tomorrow. So I don't want to take up all your time. But if you would like, we could do a short recap right now, and then I'll go ahead and end the recording, and we can have a quick questions. If anyone in the audience has a question,
Yeah,
and then
that
we'll
sounds
kind
like
of
a
wrap
great
it up for
plan.
you.
Let's do that. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, if you just want to give us a kind of quick recap about, the Mint tomorrow, everything that's going on, and then we will end the recording. And then I'm sure Justin has a couple questions for you. I know he's gonna need to listen to this part of the recording because he's gonna get some wisdom from what you said. I wish he would have been here before, but he just was available. So go ahead, Chris.
So say again, what do you exactly is like? What is happening tomorrow, and exactly when, or what have you meant
Yeah,
by that?
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do a recap of the Mint going tomorrow, and then
So
everything that you guys have going on.
so there will be, if you visit the OpenSea Mint page, which has been shared in this chat, you can see at the exact time. I'm not sure if it's converted onto your local time, if it takes this browser's information, but it's our timeline. It's starting tomorrow morning with whitelisting minters, and then in the evening, my time, there will be the public mint stage, which will last for 2 weeks. If we sell out earlier, they will close it prematurely. So because
Nice. I was just looking at OpenSea and it shows 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow
so
for
it
the
will convert it to
listing.
your time, I guess.
Yep, it will convert it. And the public is 11 a.m. Eastern.
I
So
see. Yeah. But I said the public mint will take a few days. So, but there is a lot of interest at the moment, so don't wait too long. Yeah.
all right,
And if you have
perfect. Well,
any
Chris,
questions, again, come over to our place and we're trying to answer as best as we can.
all right, awesome, Chris. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here quick. We'll open the floor for some questions and answers if that sounds good for you.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you.
right, give me 1 second.